Hello, welcome to episode 3 of More Than a Design podcast. We have a very special guest. We got my brother here for a very long time, Justin, aka ClubBum. Justin is a visual artist from the Bronx, from the hometown, Gun Hill. Justin is a contemporary artist that uses acrylics for a lot of his pieces, which I have a few of those in the house, but he's taken it even a step further and used these acrylics to make some amazing, fashion pieces such as sneakers and pants and jackets. Justin has taken his technique and applied it all over, which is amazing. So a very signature type of acrylic when you do see it. He has done some commission pieces for Benny the Butcher, Fat Joe. He's also done some brand collaborations with Nike and also Hunter Boots. So it's as being his friend has made me very proud to kind of sit back and see where he's been able to, take this, going forward, man. So it's just happy to have you, bro. Happy to have you.
Shit, you better be.
It's happy to have you here, man.
Much love, Gotti.
Yeah, how's everything with you, bro?
Everything just composed, maintaining, keep everything in balance, especially just going through this course of life and this journey. So that's how I just like to, my perspective, how I like to outlook on just being in a journey, just maintaining a constant balance,
Yeah.
You already know because you drive a lot, so as long as you got like a good foundation, you stable, shit, you could go anywhere. You can get to anywhere.
Yeah.
So that's something I just try to reapply, reinsurance, like tell myself over and over, so that's why I like saying I'm composed.
Yeah.
Because, I'm good, bad, up, down. At the same time, I'm just grounded, balanced.
Grounded. Facts. I've known Justin now probably, I want to say about like 12, 13 years now. And Justin has evolved with his art. Justin has evolved just as a person. I used to bust Justin.
To be honest, because like as you were saying that 9, 10, like 10, 9. Yeah, it's like going on 12, 13.
Probably going on 12 and 13.
To be honest, like because prior, from when we really first met, I wasn't even creating. I wasn't even doing art.
No, you wasn't even doing art, which is crazy.
That's why I had to like.
We had the hoop dreams where we would play ball. We were waking up early in the morning, getting shots up, killing you on the courts.
Yeah, he was nice.
Yeah, back in the day, I was all right. I mean, Justin was good as well. But
no, like sorry to cut you off because I wanted to piggyback on that. Because when I was talking to Barnes earlier today.
Yeah, Barnes is one of our boys.
One of our boys. It was his birthday today, so I was reminiscing to how we met.
Yeah.
So it was the same thing, like how I met Ronald.
Yeah.
So another
public housing skate team, my boy. Shout out to Ronald.
Boy, enjoying. So, and that's like equivalent to how we met as well. Especially like keeping the basketball aspect. It's like your rival becomes like your best friends.
Yeah, facts.
And stuff like that. So that's kind of like how it started between literally all of us.
Yeah.
Like that iron sharpens iron. Now that I look back of it, if I was some weak whack ass individual. If I was some weak half-ass individual, shit, I would have got none of y'all respect. I wouldn't even be able to swim amongst the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Or to build myself up, even to see y'all build each other up too.
It's weird. It's not even weird, but I guess it's the competitiveness of like just playing a sport where you don't really know who's going to be your friend. Like, you're not really trying to make friends. You're just like playing basketball.
Exactly.
And you're just trying to show your will with everybody. Show that like you are like good. And then if you got friends in the meantime, like it's cool. But like, fast forward now, us being adults and stuff like that, we weren't making it to the NBA. We all could have been like nicer to each other, like playing basketball and stuff like that. But
good thing we realized that at a certain point, because most individuals, they still keep up with that
hoop dreams.
Yeah, I was gonna say delusion.
Delusion.
Because sometimes at some point in our lives we gotta face reality. What's in front of us. Sometimes we like to avoid it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about like I grew up in the projects, not too far from where you grew up, like a few blocks down, and in the houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about just like growing up like uptown. This is before you even get into the art scene, which we'll get into. But just
Yeah,
like,
no, I love it because
Yeah.
like I have this concept where the Bronx raised me and Harlem shaped me. You know, because a lot of people would think that like from when I started my art journey that people think that I'm from Harlem.
yeah,
And I have to remind them, like, nah, I'm from the Bronx. Like, I grew up in the Bronx and stuff like that. So,
which
like,
gets a bad rap for us Bronxalites. We get a bad rap. You tell anybody you from the Bronx, it's
For
like
real.
people screw their face up.
like, I don't get it because you remember that song, like, my hand keeps on making it, Brooklyn keeps on taking it, Bronx keep creating it.
Yep.
I love that aspect, like, yo, Bronx keep creating it.
Yep.
You know, so from when I first heard that, I'm like, nah, the Bronx is the foundation of everything, to be honest. You know, so just growing up in the Bronx, grew up in Gun Hill. I grew up on both sides of Gun Hill. You got like the north side, you got like the south side.
Facts.
You know, like the south side is like the Gun Hill projects and shit, like where a lot of the real ballers, in my perspective, is at. You know, because you had like Magenta, Gun Hill tournaments and stuff like that. So, but the other side of Gun Hill, you know, like it molded me as well because especially just our generation period, just growing up in the Bronx was really good. You know, we actually had like a real good childhood. You know, like despite all the shit, the negativeness, you know, like there was still a lot of big community. You know, we still had older people, OGs, you know, like elders, you know, like that was still in our lives. You know, like still pushing us, like make sure we wasn't doing. I mean, we was fucking around, but we wasn't doing too much. You know.
Growing up in the Bronx, especially Gun Hill, we were creatives that didn't know that we were creatives.
Yeah.
And I think we followed, you know, the norm of playing a sport to kind of make friends. I know I did. And it was kind of like a maze, like a navigation that you kind of have to go through to realize.
I'm glad you said your creativeness.
Yeah. Because we're all like, you know, we think about like yourself. You think about some of the creators uptown. You know, Ronald, who has Public Housing Skate Team. We were talking about this. Ronald was, you know, kind of like Jesus Shuttlesworth.
My
like
man was a high school star.
When I tell
bro.
you, like, he came around, and Ronald will be on the podcast, you know, soon, where, you know, he'll probably be very humble and not think that, but you know, look at the transformation of like him being like, you know, sold as like, yo, man, like Ronald could make it to the NBA, to just like now really having to re-identify and transform to, you know, something.
Transform is the most important word.
Yeah.
Transformation. Transitioning and transformation.
Yeah.
You know, because we forget that it's like basketball transition.
Yeah.
We're used to that certain that alchemy, you know, because I like saying alchemy because like we speaking on Ronald, which is a perfect example because we was talking on Ronald early this morning.
Yeah.
It's like how he transformed and transitioned his life from being that basketball star, like could make it to the NBA, being like the number one it guy in the Bronx, you know, like this was a Gun Hill superstar, like to now merging that craft, harnessing that craft, you know, as far as like the creative arts within fashion and sculptures and just like bringing that to life with that same life force he had, the same passion he had for the basketball. It's the same fundamentals.
Yeah.
Because that's what I tell a lot of my peers whenever I do like speaking and stuff like that. It's like, yo, whatever we used to do, like the pros, I just embody all that fundamentals and just transfer it into art. Like the whole basketball, you know, the whole culinary experience, going to culinary school. They didn't go to art school, went to culinary school.
Yeah.
You know, so I just transfer, even the whole drug mentality, you know, we grew up in a drug neighborhood. Yeah. You know, so we can't hide from that. That's what shaped us, you know, so. Yeah. I applied all that into, and I know Ronald applied, because we know Public Housing Skate Team. You know, how you change the narrative of a negative project, you know, and re-enlighten that. You know, that's alchemy right there, you know, so. That's what Ronald's been doing, you know, you've been doing, because we all started off as basketball. Yeah. And the basketball is everything. Then you already know that transition too, because, come on, man, we grew up in high school. That 08, 09, 010, 011,
giving 12 away my transition,
age, brother. Everybody, I say, was transitioning into the whole creative fashion lane. And I'm talking about everybody, bro.
What's your favorite era or point in time of fashion, whether it's from high school to now to, even if it was like before you were even born, like what is that era where it's just like you think it was like the best time for fashion?
Oh, I'll say probably like definitely gotta say the 70s and 80s. Like 70s and 80s, probably like late 60s, because late 60s, that's when everything started really like taking off, emerging. And I say that because as a high respect, especially like being around my elders who grew up around those times, and like just them pouring their information and me seeing it, and just me being around other elders who came before me, just seeing how the way they did it, the way they perform, they articulate, filming, like everything was within the whole art film between fashion, music, culture, movies. It was just pure. Cartooning, it was just pure. They took their time with it. Everything was to a real artistry. Like even the whole ball bars, all that. So I think that's one thing that we lost in our generation because everything is to instant noodles. Instant noodles is bad for you.
Fast fashion, fast everything, fast food, fast everything.
So I definitely I wish I grew up in and live or embrace all that, creativity that was going on in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Because to be honest, that's where we repeating that now.
Yeah.
As far as music, fashion, and art, we all repeating the shit that was coming from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, even prior. That's how original and pure and authentic that was. It's always gonna be repeating.
Always.
That.
Yeah, baggy is now in. I mean, I love these
even
parachute.
Baggy shit. We was on the baggy shit 2000s, bro.
Yeah, and it looked unprofessional, so to say, at that time, right? If you wore like baggier clothes, you didn't really look professional. You kind of got like a bad narrative, and now it's crazy how especially the Bronx is the best borough. Like we're the flyest borough to me. I would give Harlem isn't a borough. But I would, you would think for someone that's not from New York, you would think
a lot of backlash.
Yo, I love when people be like, especially like when I used to go to school up in Buffalo, they'll be like, yo, like what borough are you from? You from Harlem? And I was like, Harlem's not a borough, but it feels like it's a borough. And it's changed so much as well, right? Where I feel like during that time of growing up, especially in high school, where, you are wearing like the Pradas, the Emoris, the Avrex jackets, all the things that I was scared personally to wear because I thought
you get robbed.
I would fucking think I was gonna get robbed. And that's the difference now with these kids. They are wearing like Rick Owens and they're wearing like high end designer, and no one's robbing them. Which I don't want no one to get robbed. But like it was just a scarier time.
It was, and I'll say
to be super fly, especially if you weren't like well clicked up.
No,
like
true.
if I came out with like a Pele and like you were just like, listen, we don't got to be tough guys, but like if my friends were like the cast from like the Stranger Things, I'm getting fucking robbed, and nobody's gonna help me. And I'm not expecting anyone to help me, Buddy. So that's why I didn't really get fly. Maybe until my senior year where I hit that growth spurt.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of that and a lot of our community and sometimes like people in our community can hinder us, because even the whole getting culture world, whatnot, even being an artist, there were certain things I couldn't really expose because I would have to defend myself. Defend my art, defend my honor, defend my pride, defend my fucking life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, I do all roses. The roses be all red. I remember when I did this crown out of red roses. It's like, I can't wear that joint out every day.
Yeah, boys going to be like, yo, bro, pause.
Crip homie come up to me like,
yeah,
what
pause.
that red like, pa? What that red like,
They're like, pause, bro. Like, what you, I think is very, I think now it's easier to be a little bit different now growing up like in a hood, or like New York is the perfect melting pot to just really be yourself. So it's easier now than it was just kind of growing up. So, now after high school, you're playing ball. Let's fast forward now. Like, how did you kind of get into art where you had to really think about, maybe this basketball stuff
the basketball
isn't going to work?
Wasn't working. I think I was trying to get into like SUNY Purchase. It was like an art school and they had like a cool basketball program.
Yeah.
But I was like, around that time, I was like, yo, I didn't really know after high school what I really wanted to do, but I know I was creative and I love to eat. So around that time, 2010, I was like, yo, let me just go to culinary school. just do that to just to pass time. Plus, I would love to be a chef. You know, that's a cool attribute to have under your belt, under your wing. You know, so I did that for 2 years.
And the ladies love a man that could cook.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Come on.
That's a different podcast. You know, it's crazy because all the men in my family, they cook anyways. You know, I come from a Korean background. But anyways, did the whole culinary experience, worked at Cheesecake Factory, to Yard House as a prep cook, Cheesecake Factory as a baker. But I was stressed as... Damn, I gotta curse this. I was stressed as fuck. You know, I was miserable. I remember I was doing my culinary. I went from a 4.2 GPA. Once I started culinary 3, that's when we got to work in the restaurants and do like our classes. Like our culinary 3 classes started at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because we got to do the prep cooking, all that. You know, because when you work in the culinary business, shit, work starts like. Depending on what type of food industry you're trying to go into or what type of restaurants, I try to start like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, because the prep cook is really where all the main cooking happen. You know, so between doing that and class, I was tired and I had to deal with so many people at the restaurant. You know, and restaurant, one thing I learned, playing with food, you cannot play with food. Food is life or death.
Yo.
You know, like, and that's why like people is like be serious, like, yo, it's taking long for my food, But that whole atmosphere,
That's why I love Gordon Ramsay when he'll do like the restaurant rescue or bar rescue, and you be surprised, like, bro, when you don't. There's so many people that don't value like taking care of like the food that they're preparing for other people.
Exactly.
And I was just like, after that shit, I ain't trying to really eat out as much. I'm the Google reviewer when it comes to restaurants. If I see bad reviews about the quality of food, I'm not eating there. Like there's just no way. And as a New Yorker, most people, they don't give a damn. They'll eat if they see it's a B rating, a C. I've seen people just don't care. I can't lie. Like, you know?
I mean, I think that all depends too. If you knew them when they first started, you know.
See, New Yorkers got a certain loyalty.
Like I know this store when it was A, B, C,
for
D,
their
back
food.
to A.
You have a certain loyalty. I'm not gonna say the pizza shop. You know the pizza shop. I've seen a roach in there. I kept fucking eating. That's my pizza shop. There's no way I'm not gonna
come
eat
on,
there.
man. A lot of people.
It's kind of like looking the blind eye. Like
some people still got roaches in their crib and they still eat their food. So what's the difference?
So yeah, that's a different story, man. I go up in a shorty crib. She got roaches. I'm out, man.
But once you come up with like a nice lamb,
nah, bro.
Curry, coconut, jasmine rice,
nah,
basiled out.
Nah, if Shorty made me a nice meal and while I'm eating, a roach just run past the sink,
man, you finishing that joint.
Nah, I'm gonna be like, yo, I think I'm good. I'll wrap this up later.
All right, nah. Let me get back to the before we get lost in translation.
Yeah.
But the whole culinary experience, that's actually what led me into finding my calling into art. You know, because like I said, I went from 4.2 GPA to 2.1.
Yeah.
My dean was like, hold on. You one of our top students. What's going on, boy? You know, so I was being honest with him. I was like, to be honest, I'm not really feeling this no more. You know, like between like working like the restaurants and doing this, it's like this shit got me miserable. And he was like, he straight up asked me like, yo, what do you like to do? And shit, I'll be like, yo, I'll sketch. I'll be doing sketches and stuff like that. Like I show him a little stuff I'll be doing on the side. He was like, nah, bro. To be honest, he told me this straight up. Finish this last semester. You got like 2 more months left. Finish last semester. I'll write you a letter of recommendation. You could transfer to a good art school, you know, because you're a talented student, you know, da-da-da. I'm like, you know what? Thank you. I took his advice like halfway and shit. I was like, all right, cool. He knows I can make it as an artist. But I don't feel like doing this school shit, so I just stopped going to school. You know, like literally just stopped going, you know, because that's how depressing my spirit I was, you know. And I'm a person, individual. Is like, you're not gonna force me to do.
Yeah. You're
not gonna force me to do anything I don't feel like doing, you know. So in that sense, but I am gonna give credit to him, like giving me that reassurance of finding that confidence within myself that I could,
Yeah.
you know, dabble in this art career, you know. So after I left the culinary school, like my brother Melvin at that time, instantly got me a job. Told him like, yeah, I'm into art. Start doing that, you know. He like, yo, I got a position.
Quick pause real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember where I'm at. Ready? So my homie Melvin, he got me, because actually I told him that I was interested in like doing art, like I'm doing art, taking this serious. He was like, oh shit, we got a position open at the Harlem Chill Zone as an art teacher for the preschool. I'm like, yo, I would love to do that. You know, so I got interviewed that summer, like around like 2011, or was it 2012? I think it was like 2012. You know, got that interview, got hired, started next week. Then from that September, just started working as a preschooler art teacher. You know, and at that time, I didn't have no experience as an art teacher. It was just like throwing the wind. It's like doing the curriculum for matching the art techniques with the curriculum that they're doing. So it was just all serendipity, you know, and just, I ain't gonna lie, just being around those children. Children are the most purest life beings. Like that stage when we're a child is when we're the most pure, you know. That's when we actually geniuses, in my opinion, in my perspective, you know, because being around them, I learned so much about myself and just learned so much about life and just about art and creativity and just thinking, you know, especially just helping them with their cognitive skills and shit, they helping me with my cognitive skills on a subconscious level as far as like how far me thinking, projecting, and how far I could take myself as like doing this art and stuff like that. So that 2013, my homie was like, yo, this is dope ass group show called Raw Artists. I used to try it. You know,
I think I went to that show too. Yeah.
You know,
I went to that show.
That was 2013. So this was like my first real art showcase ever.
Yeah.
You know, like I never experienced going to an art show, being in an art show.
How many pieces you brought there?
I think I bought like probably like 8 pieces in total. I think I had like 4 or 5. You know, me, my sharing ass. I had Josh. You know, like Josh was there, had his piece too. You know, but the experience was dope because it was a lot of people that showed up. You know, my first time experience, I'm like, all right, cool. You make art. People go in, they like it, they buy it. So that's what. So I'm going in thinking like, this gonna be.
So was that the? I guess doing that show, was that the aha moment that?
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna get to that aha moment right now. You know, because that's beautiful. Because it was, I think it was at least 500, 600 people. It was like the M15 Lounge in Soho. Mad people showing up. I'm like, all right, cool. Make them rounds. I keep hearing like, yo, this book is dope. And he walked by. I'm like, what? In my head, I'm like, all right, cool. If it's dope, buy this shit. You know, this is my first time experiencing it, so I'm thinking this is how it's supposed to go. So I'm kind of getting a little depressed. Then this one guy came up to me. He was like, yo, bro, I don't got no money, but I'm gonna tell you this one thing. He was like, yo, you go hear 99 no's before you hear that one yes. And no lie, Jeff, I kid you not. I walked outside. I'm like, yo, thank you. Like like those words has so much currency in my life, in my spirit. I was like, yo, I felt rich after that. He's like, you go hear 99 no before you hear that one yes. Then I finished it off in my head, and people's gonna walk right by you, not knowing who God blessed. I was like, oh shit, mad confident. So at the end of the night, closing up, didn't make no sale. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever, whatnot. Wrapping this joint up. This Abranian guy came up to me. He was like, yo, you did this Biggie piece? I'm like, yeah, I'm shrugging it off because I kept hearing 99 no's. You know, I'm like, you're not serious. He was like, yo, I'm gonna give you my card. My name's Omar. You know, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you a price. If you like it, we go from there. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, but I kept this card in my pocket just in case. You know, so the next day, I'm at the Harlem Chill Zone. I'm reading a book to the children. You know, it's like 9:30. I get a text. You know, the children's all on the carpet. I get a text. Yeah, it is Omar. I got like $600 for you for that Biggie piece.
Nice.
I got a check. I was like, oh shit. Kids looked at me like,
you over here cursing?
That ain't in a story.
You over here cursing, Josh?
That's how excited I was. Lead teacher looking at me like, boy. I was like, yo, lead teacher, excuse me. Explain them everything. They was like, oh, boy, go get your money, Because I told them the experience and stuff like that. So they let me leave work early and all that. So I went home, had to go all the way home to the Bronx, get the piece, go all the way to 14th Street, 5th Avenue, dropped that joint off, gave it to him. Had a nice house. He had mad artwork. I'm like, oh, okay.
So he was a collector.
I'm like, this is how they do it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, so he gave me a check. I ran downstairs, ran to Chase. I'm like, this drink better be real.
What's the first thing you bought?
I don't even remember. To be honest, I don't remember. Because normally what I do now, I just like buying supplies and buy more paint.
Yeah.
You know, so I think I'm just more ecstatic and just went down to Pearl Paint around that time. And just got some more canvases and more paint. I was like, yo, because that was my aha moment.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I can actually do this. $600 just like that.
What's the biggest advice you would say to somebody there, like right now watching, that is an artist, like to kind of?
I ain't gonna lie, like the same thing that elder gave me. You know, you go hear that 99 no's before they hear that one yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that right there, that's like spiritual currency as far as like reinsurance to not give up on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that right there took me to where I'm still here now, 10 years, you know.
Facts. And at that time, you weren't even doing the acrylic design.
At that time, I was just finding. Well,
what kind of get us to how, because that is your signature. Like, I'm sure if anyone of the thousands of folks that do follow you on social media, they can be anywhere in the world and see that acrylic rose and that's a ClubBum piece.
Yeah,
like, oh, that's a ClubBum design.
Definitely.
So how did you get there, or fast forward to that, or?
Oh, that right there, that started back in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was actually just trying to like do like a real 3D cupcake out of acrylic paint. It's like a whole entire 3D cupcake just out of using just acrylic paint. Because most people say you can't really scope out of acrylic paint because of the base. It's like not really too dense.
Yeah.
You know, so I just started to use. I'm like, I could use thick, heavy body of acrylics, and started get manipulated the same way. So I started off from there. Then, like when I started doing the roses, which came from a culinary technique, pastry technique.
Yeah.
There ain't no mystery. You know, so that goes from what I was saying earlier, just mixing my basketball experience and those fundamentals, the culinary experience and fundamentals. Culinary was a big help, you know, because culinary taught me a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
As far as like structure, being focused, like being attention to detail, you know, timing. You know, I really know about the basketball experience and working out, like practicing, getting better at your craft. You know, so I just applied both of those into what I'm doing now, this art, like getting better at it. So I just kept.
And also from that point on, from when you first started to 2015 with the acrylic, you got ClubBum going, and you know, you created like 2 shirts. I remember at that time. You did like a photo shoot.
Before my time. Shit, goddamn. Because I'm sorry. Because when I do that, it's like because when people talk, I visualize.
Yeah.
So when people be bringing stuff up, I'm like, oh sweat. It's like that's how I believe that we go back in like the past, present, and future. It's the same thing at the same time. You know, because as soon as we go back in the past, we think about it. You know, we get that feeling, sensation. Not a podcast, but anyways, yeah.
Justin's crazy, y'all. Nah, not crazy, but Justin likes to talk about all that spiritual shit, but which is great.
Oh, those 2 shirts. No, I said I was ahead of my time. Not on some egotistical, you know, because like around that time, I was uploading. Like I made my own graphic when I was doing the clothing. Like my homie told me how to use Photoshop. Then as soon as he told me that joint, went back home, just started YouTube, just started getting crazy. So I designed my own graphic. Then I found out about this website called Spoonflower where you could upload your own artwork onto fabrics.
Yeah.
Cotton,
I remember
silk, polyester, all that. So I'm like, yo, let me just do that instead of just getting the screen printing joint. I mean, I did the screen printing shirts, but I kind of wanted to be more on the creative side of the fashion joint. So what not better? Plus, I was dating a fashion designer at that time. Remember Anita?
Yes.
You know, and she gave me some pointers, and I learned a lot of skills from her as far as sewing. So she told me how to sew, how to break a shirt down in pattern, you know, how to cut and sew them and like all in pieces. So that was very informative. So I use a lot of that into the start of the whole ClubBum clothing. You know, but my step pops at that time, he was like, yo, bro, you doing graphic design, you doing culinary school, you teaching, like you burning yourself out. He was like, yo, I know you want to do so many things, but just focus on Focus on one thing, master it. Once you master it, the rest of the doors will start opening up.
That's very true. As a New Yorker, you have to, we all have multiple things, 9 to 5. We got our own dreams. Plus, you got to do sometimes work 2 jobs. It's a lot you want to do.
For real. So I just decided, like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on the art. Yeah. Just get better at that. Polish myself.
So you went from ClubBum to creating some shirts, but then from there you got that advice and you went back to focusing on the art. While you were doing ClubBum, I remember, and I couldn't understand this at that time, but like fast forward now, you've done a lot of stuff underneath ClubBum in general as it being like its own entity. Talk to me about like you trademarked ClubBum before you were even selling anything, and if anyone that's been on LegalZoom or just look up how to trademark anything, it's pretty pricey.
Yeah, it's pretty pricey. But anything is pricey.
So like, what made you do that?
Cause I want to be, well, like we said this earlier, while we were driving on our way here. If you go do something, like the advice you got from your uncle, if you go do something right. Yeah. And like you go get something with quality.
Just to give the viewers like a backstory, I was telling just while we were driving, I was thinking about buying a Challenger, a V6. And every motherfucker that I've told this, especially if you drive cars, they're like, don't get the V6. Who the hell wants a V6? And I'm like, all right. So my uncle told me this. He said, if you want to get the muscle car, get the muscle. If you're going to do it the right way or go all in. So shout out to Uncle. I call him Big Worm. But back to you with the trademarking.
Word. So like that was my whole like foundation. Like I want to do something, make sure I'm protected. Like on both sides of the creative field, because like creators and artists have a habit of not protecting themselves or having the paperwork or the pen, backing them up. And in these days, in these times, the pen is mightier than the sword. Yeah. So that's why I'm learning more and more and more and more and more throughout my development and throughout my journey. Just getting more. That's why I'm saying, like, polish myself more. It's like a fine-tuning myself. So that's why I got a copyright first. I copyrighted ClubBum, because first, especially like if you got an idea, as far as like advice, if you got an idea and you're gonna try to take it far in the future, just try to copyright it at first, because
And what's the benefit of copywriting?
For anyone having receipts. It's like your own. You can either do it yourself, or you can have it like go to a bank and get it stamped and stuff like that. It's just confirming your receipts for your ideas. So in case anybody, or you feel anybody taking your idea, or somebody trying to come at you like you wasn't doing this, that. It's like, nah, I've been doing this. Got my covered. So that's just basically confirming your receipts. And having receipts is important. Because sooner or later, that tax is coming.
Yeah. So the moral of this is just really like making sure that Justin didn't have, wasn't like a full making, a full functional business at the moment, at the time, just really kind of playing around with the ideas and creating, merch for ClubBum as its own entity. But he just thought about, really focusing on just like protecting his idea, protecting what he's built underneath ClubBum. So
as far as mainly intellectual property, IP. We have to protect our intellectual property, which I was very grateful and being abundant, because I don't like saying blessed, and being abundant with my 2 elders. That's why I was to say it's like important to like have like elders around you regarding any field and position you're trying to do in life. Because like having that important information and that good reinsurance and making sure, because they already some sort of steps, they already lived the life that we lived 1,000 times. So it's always good to have like positive feedback and like good reinsurance around you, to, like make sure you never slip. So even if you do slip, like you never caught up.
You gotta have an OG around. So OGs give you the advice. You start ClubBum. You get the advice from another OG, stepfather at the time. And he kind of just lets start focusing on one thing. So you go back to the art. Let's fast forward how you're able to get back into fashion with, now doing the acrylics as your signature design with the roses, and talk about what was the first piece that you created with that acrylic design.
I don't know if I mentioned this earlier in this conversation when I was trying to do the 3D cupcakes. out of acrylic paint. So when you get to the rose part, there's a pastry technique, and that joint kept on falling, because the paint was too heavy.
Yeah,
I was like, darn.
I remember that too.
I was like, dang. So I just took a picture of the rose, of the paint rose by itself, just posted it on the gram, just serendipity, and I was in Chicago at that time. And I remember I woke up, I got an email. It was just, I forgot his name. He was like a fashion stylist. And he had hit me up. He was like, yo, I like this. He like, yo, can you turn this to a brooch? Can you make these in brooch pins? He asked me. I was like, huh. And he like, if so, how much? I was like, damn. I'm like, can I take that? I mean, it do dry solid. Dry solid. I know we sell, because I was working at Art Star at the time. I was in crafting supply in Harlem. So I was like, I know we got the supplies. I know we got the back end loops and we got glue. And I was like, yeah, I could do it. Now the price, I'm like, damn, how would I charge him? I'm like, $60. So I sent an email. I was mad scared to the point where
he's about to be like,
you send an email.
He's about to be fuck out of here. That's too much.
And you're a little nervous. You send an email. You throw the phone like, can't even look at the phone. Man, he emailed me back like in 2 minutes. He was like, yeah, bro, I need 4. I'm like, 6, 12, 18, 24.
Wow.
I'm like, $240 just like that? I'm like, yep. And from there, I just started doing the rose pens.
Yep.
So, and that kind of like gave spark to my creativity. I'm like, if I could do pens with that, it's like, let me actually do the paint on the actual fabric. Then I actually started doing like more serendipity, doing paint on clothes. I remember the trench coat, when I did it to distort a Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
And I just started playing with textures, seeing how the acrylic textures will hold up on different type of fabric. And I realized that the fabric ain't no different than canvas.
Yeah.
It's actually fabric material.
Yep.
Canvas is a fabric. It's cotton. It's like that, motherfucker. So it's like when you put 2 and 2 together, it's like, yo, there ain't no difference. It's like, so that's when I started changing my canvas field. As far as like that, just started, just getting more in touch with that. And I always give people the acknowledgement, because like I do creativity for my love. I do it. If I don't love it, then you're not gonna see me walk outside with it. So once I get past that phase and I'm outside, and whoever like adheres to it, adapts to it, loves it, so that's what actually keeps me going. So
yeah,
I always give credit to the people.
Yeah. And then, you talked about all these different canvases, which, I've been kind of interrupting you or just in the background saying like, oh yeah, I was there for that. So I've seen from, 2013 till now, like how this happened. But then speak about like the Air Force Ones. That's been like your signature canvas, so to say, that, has been a hot commodity, especially if, you've been around in the city, the Bronx, anywhere, someone that has one of your growth checks. Yeah. And it's basically,
they definitely say, oh yeah, that's a ClubBum. That's my boy ClubBum.
That's a ClubBum. And it's basically, for a visual for everybody, and we'll have it up, but like it's an Air Force One, and he puts the acrylic on the Nike check, which is super fire. And you've done them with different colors now instead of just like the red roses. You play around with different, colors, and it feels like during the summertime, if you've purchased a growth check Nike Air Force Ones from you, every summer you need a new one. Just like, just being from Uptown or a New Yorker, you need a fresh pair of ups once it gets nice. So
you'd be surprised, because some people, they be like, dang, I can't even wear this. They treat it as an actual art piece, collectible piece.
Yeah.
Like some of them they didn't even wear their joints yet. So, but I always give credit to both. It's like you could wear it. I actually want people to wear it. But shit, if you want to hang it up as a art collectible piece, that's even cooler too.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because you actually go maintain the quality and the value of it. So just like any art piece, So, but I always give credit to like being it worn, because even with me wearing my joints, like even because I do a lot of roses and stuff like that, So we constantly go be accumulated with our surroundings. Just how these plants and these flowers got no choices but to deal with our bullshit.
So how the hell did freaking Benny the Butcher and I was freaking super hyped for you too when I seen that, like, even pulled up on you. It looked like
No, that's after. Remember, the Nike joint was before.
Yeah.
The Nike was 20.
So yeah, talk about like
2019.
So you started now getting a bunch of, you know, hype, but just also you build your community from fashion, from your art that just transitioned really well to your fashion. And you know, anyone that's listening to the interview, of course, will see that you do have a certain level of acknowledgement as far as just like nature and energy. And that's really how I think you really built a very strong community, especially, you know, people that are peers that follow your art and your social media. But like, yeah, like talk about how Nike kind of like came to your doorstep to kind of get that collab.
I mean, that was actually a cool community project as well, you know, because we are cultivators. It was a brand that was like ran by like by you during like 2018, 2019, 2020 region. And 2019 was cool because I think they picked like 10 artists from New York. Yeah. You get a chance to like tell their story, do a pair of sneakers. They get to like halfway customize themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to say halfway because we didn't get full creative
control. Yeah, and let y'all go crazy with it.
But I was still able to flex it to where you could still see like my identity or my characteristic, my persona.
For sure.
Like I think that was still like a cool little aspect of it. But me being the person I am, like I really want to like get into the opportunity just to learn like the backside of it, like the back business. Because I was always curious growing up, like how would it be like to collaborate with a big brand of like Nike and that nature, you know? Because, you know, you hear a lot that when these big corporations, they work with either athletes or certain artists or certain creators, you know, there's always like a big like pros and cons.
Yeah.
You know, especially like negotiating contracts and all that type of stuff. So I want to experience that and like see how it was, because especially like in the future, that you know, any artist would love to collaborate with a big brand like on their own individually.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like that would have been like a good teaching class.
Yeah.
You know, like a good lesson as far as like when I'm like merge into collaborating with bigger brands. You know, like
after working with Nike and Hunter Boots, what are some of those like pros and cons of working with like a bigger brand instead of you just saying, you know what, I'm gonna go out and make my own sneaker, like a lot of creatives are kind of doing, where they're just really using like the same silhouette from like Nike, like the Jordan 1s, or like really like the Uptowns, kind of like how Bape has done, with that same silhouette. But you know, it's a staple silhouette. Silhouette. So how has that been, like the pros and cons of working with like bigger brands as an artist?
Yeah, I'll say when you're working with bigger brands, they're not as visionaries. They don't see the full vision spectrum as far as creatives. So that's always gonna be a clash and disconnection. Yeah, like it wouldn't working, like no matter what. You know, because if you're working with somebody and they can't see the vision that you're projecting, then it's gonna be some installments, some derailments.
It's gonna be a tug of war. You know, hopefully that bag was good enough as well. Hopefully, but I think it's just a proud moment from people that like
and
you
the
know,
experience. You know,
yeah, the experience is
good,
like you from the Bronx, Uptown, to kind of work with like a major brand like that is kind of,
you know, like and the power of our own perspective and how we handle things and how we see things is a big way, because even when just working a job, you know, ain't no difference between you got to collab with Nike or you just go and working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, because some people will complain about having a job, and then when they get it, they complain about not having a job, but when they get a job, they complain about the job.
Yeah,
you know, so, and in my perspective, before I got into like just full entrepreneurship of just being an artist full time, like when I was working in a job, it's like, I work for you, but at the same time, I work for me. I was always going to my job thinking, y'all work for me. You know, I'm coming here because I feel like it. You know what I mean? So, and at the end of the day, what I'm getting is, so y'all helping me with my business. Yeah. I'm helping y'all with y'all business, but y'all helping me with my business too. So it's a one hand washes.
It's a win-win. You know, some creatives.
So I never go into that mindset thinking like, damn,
Yeah.
These motherfuckers gonna use me, da 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 da. It's like, nah. If I'm not getting used, I'm gonna use them as the same way.
You got to use that money to kind of help build up your business, your brand.
Exactly.
So
either with money, experience, time, like there's different forms of currency.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, bro, like I think that's just a dope experience to kind of really have. And now you're just still continuing that as far as just, creating, different pieces with your art. Like what's next with ClubBum as far as apparel, shoe wear, just in general? Yeah, tell us what's going on.
What's next? Like usually, with my private ass, I don't like to just like reveal too much of my IP, unless it's just out there.
Yeah.
Like, but anyways, I do love saying, for us, what's next? It's like I know what's next, but at the same time I don't. That's why I always like have this. It's like I'm ready for whatever life has in store for me, whatever abundance is in store for me. Like I'll be chatting things like that, because I already know what's next within my goals, what I want to do, this and that. It's like we all have stuff like we want to do, but we don't really truly know the outcome of that, So that's why I always say like, yo, like I'm always ready to just continue growing within myself.
Yeah.
I just want to grow to my fullest potential, to my highest potential, And I'm a creator and I'm an artist, so I just want to create and just master my techniques, my craft, my being, my essence, my spirit, my wealth.
Yeah.
Like to the highest demeanor, to the highest quality, to the highest love, to the highest power.
I think that's
what I want to be next for me.
And I've seen that, I think, with you. You just like how you shared, like you don't like to share too much, which is definitely true. But like I feel like a lot of things that the success that you've had and the opportunities that you've had, it kind of just comes.
Yeah. And to be honest, it's like I'm gonna explain another part of like alchemy too. It's like if I'm not doing my artwork, if I'm not like if I don't wake up and just practice, let me just work on this, work on that. I'm not generating that energy, I'm not generating that attraction, So that's why I always feel like in that sense, like the more I put more energy and more focus and more love and more everything, the more I invest into it, the more it's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what we're gonna come back. Because we don't know what we gonna put in.
Yeah.
We gonna put in something tomorrow. We might put in something the next day, and shit. The next week we might get something that's a combination of everything we just poured in. So.
Yeah.
That's basically me, bro. That's basically me. I can't really explain.
Well, I'm excited. Else. I'm excited for you just going forward. I'm sure it's going to be nothing but success, and I think for I know for everyone that has grown up with you uptown, and just been able to kind of see the growth and the transformation. It's something that makes me proud, like, right? And I'm proud to support you as my friend because I have like, I think 3 of your pieces, art pieces in the crib.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Said it ain't enough. But, I'm just always happy to talk and brag about like my boys that's doing cool shit.
I love you, bro. And especially I love the fact that you're actually doing this too because, we having many talks now.
Yeah.
Many talks about this and how we plant each other's ideas and watch it unfold and grow with one another, because even like that train station project, I've been telling you that for like 4 or 5 years, and to see it come about, even the podcast joint,
I've been talking about this podcast for a while and finally taking the jump and, hopefully we'll keep it up.
Oh, don't hope. You just got to know, bro.
We're going to keep it up and we're here to really give a lot of inspiration where you guys can speak with or listen to artists, and designers and creatives that are, making a splash in fashion in different ways. And I'm sure there's a young Justin that's out there right now, hopefully from the Bronx, that needs this information and needs that reaffirmation to kind of hopefully go out and take that next step of doing what they love. So thank you for coming, my brother.
More thanks to you, bro.
And thank you for viewing this. So thank you for watching More Than Design podcast. Please subscribe, like, share. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.